Hello and welcome to my presentation. I will be presenting an information session for parents in an early childhood service on two theories views of early childhood education. This presentation mainly aimed to think critically about two theories view of early childhood education. So moving on to the next slide, I will be giving you a brief overview of two leading early learning approaches. The first one is Montessori and the second one is Reggio Emilia. So who was Maria Montessori? Maria Montessori was an Italian doctor and an educator who believed children are naturally eager to learn. She developed an educational method focused on independence, hands-on learning, and structured environment that supports development. Welcome to Montessori in a nutshell. A brief look at one of the most empowering approaches to early childhood education. Child is independent and self-directed. In Montessori classroom, child is seen as capable, independent, and full of potential. Children are encouraged to make choices, follow their interests, and learn at their own pace. This independence builds confidence and deep love of learning. The second one says teachers are guides. Teachers in Montessori are not traditional instructors, rather they guide the children. Instead of leading the whole class, they observe each child carefully and introduce new lessons when the child is ready. Their goal is to support, not to control. So the third one says learning follows a predictable sequence. Learning in Montessori follows a natural and developmental sequence. Children explore hands-on materials and build on what they already know. These materials are carefully designed to be self-correcting, allowing children to discover mistakes and learn from them. Let's look at a real-life example I encountered during my teaching practice. A 3-year-old girl named Avery. The child was working in a practical life area. She chose an activity called pouring water using a simple pitcher and a tray. At first, she spills little, but with practice, she refines her motor skills and she concentrated deeply repeating the tasks until she succeeds. In doing so, Avery is just not learning to pour water. She's building coordination, independence, and focus. So, order and real-life skills are key in Montessori. Activities like cooking, cleaning, gardening, and caring for animals are part of their daily routine. This task helps children feel capable and connected to the real world. In this slide, we will look at Montessori in practice. What does it look like? The first thing you will notice is the calm. Montessori classrooms are peaceful, focused environments where children move with purpose. There's a hum of quiet concentration, no loud instructions or chaotic noise. Children work individually or in small groups, deeply engaged in activities they have chosen themselves. Some may be working on math using golden beads. Others are reading or tracing sandpaper letters. Each child is following their own learning path, not a one-size-fits-all curriculum. The materials are not flashy or electronic. They are real-world tools designed for learning through doing. You will see children pouring water from one jar to another, carefully sweeping the floor or arranging the flowers. These practical life activities help develop fine motor skills, independence, and sense of order. And perhaps most importantly, children work at their own pace. There's no pressure to keep up with others or move on before they are ready. Children might spend days perfecting a task, and that's celebrated. Mastery is more important than speed. Montessori in practice is not about rushing, it's about respecting the child, their rhythm, and their readiness. It's a quiet kind of magic where independence grows, concentration deepens, and learning unfolds naturally. Now let's explore Reggio Emilia approach, which originated in northern Italy after World War II. In this view, children are seen as strong, creative, and full of ideas. They are encouraged to explore, express themselves through what founder Loris called 100 languages, including art, music, storytelling, and play. Reggio Emilia is a unique and inspiring way of teaching that sees children as strong, capable, and full of potential. One of its key features is that teachers and children are co-learners. Rather than delivering lessons, teachers observe, ask questions, and explore ideas with children. They follow child's curiosity and help extend thinking through meaningful dialogue. Another essential part of Reggio Emilia is that parents are viewed as partners. Families are deeply involved in the learning journey, sharing knowledge, culture, and participating in school. This strong connection creates a sense of community and respect. Learning is project based. Children explore topics over days, weeks, or even months. A simple questions like where does rain come from can spark a long investigation involving art, science, storytelling, and hands-on exploration. And perhaps most beautifully, the environment is seen as third teacher. Classrooms are calm, inviting, and filled with natural light and open-ended materials. Everything is thoughtfully arranged to provoke wonder and encourage interaction. Let's take an example. A group of children notice birds building a nest outside. Their teacher listens, documents their conversation, and together they begin a project. They draw birds, collect twins, read books, build nests from clay, and even record birds' sounds. This project grows organically, led by their interests. So this Reggio Emilia is rich, respectful, responsive approach that honors the voice of the children. Now let's take a closer look at how two well-known theories, Maria Montessori and Loris, shaped early childhood education through their unique views on the child, the role of the adult, and the environment. First, the child. In Montessori's approach, the child is seen as an independent learner. Children choose their own work and move at their own pace. They learn through hands-on and real-life activities. This helps them develop focus, responsibility, and confidence. In contrast, the Reggio Emilia approach sees the child as a creative co-constructor of knowledge. Children are naturally curious, and the learning happens when they explore ideas together with adults and other children. They learn best when they are active, expressive, and involved in meaningful projects. Now let's look at the role of the parent. Montessori views parents as supportive partners. They are encouraged to foster independence at home and support the routines and materials used in the Montessori classroom. In Reggio Emilia, parents are seen as active collaborators. They are deeply involved in child's learning process, contributing to curriculum planning and sharing insights from home. Their voices shape the learning journey. And what about the teachers? In Montessori, the teacher is a guide and observer. They carefully prepare the learning environment, observe the child's interest, and step in only when needed to support learning. They trust the child to lead. In Reggio Emilia, the teacher is a co-learner and researcher. Teachers explore ideas with children and document their progress through photos, notes, and displays. They reflect together with the children and plan next steps based on their shared discoveries. So moving on to the curriculum, Montessori uses preset and sequenced curriculum. Children work through materials in a specific order designed to build on each step of their development. These structures support independence and mastery. Reggio Emilia follows an emergent project-based curriculum. Through topics emerge from children's interests and ideas. Teachers follow these threads, planning long-term projects that grow and change over time. Finally, let's talk about environment. A Montessori classroom is calm, orderly, and structured. Everything has place, and materials are designed to be self-correcting. This helps children concentrate and feel secure. But in Reggio Emilia settings, the environment is expressive and flexible, often called the third teacher. It's designed to invite creatively with natural materials, open spaces, and display children's work. In summary, both the theories deeply respect children's capabilities, but express it differently. Montessori builds confidence through independence and order, while Reggio Emilia inspires collaboration, creativity, and shared exploration. Both views offer powerful ideas we can use in our classrooms depending on our context, the needs of our children, and the goals of our learning community. My teaching is deeply shaped by both Montessori and Reggio Emilia philosophies. From Montessori, I have learned to trust children's capability. I give them space to be independent, whether it's choosing their own work or caring for their environment, because I believe they are capable and competent. From Reggio Emilia, I embrace collaboration and creativity. I value children's idea and help them explore questions together using art, storytelling, and group projects. I also believe in adapting my teaching to meet the unique needs and interests of each child, allowing learning to grow from their curiosity. For example, when a group of children became fascinated with shadows, I followed their lead. We explored light, traced shadows on paper, used flashlights and puppets. What started as a simple observation became a meaningful cross-disciplinary project. These views remind me that when we follow the child, learning becomes joyful, rich, and deeply personal. The most important part of this presentation: why this matters for families, how you can support learning at home. As educators, we believe families play a vital role in child's learning journey. Your involvement and insight help us to create more meaningful and connected learning experiences. From Montessori approach, we know that encouraging independence at home builds confidence. Simple tasks like letting your child pour their own drink, dress themselves, or help set the table develop important life skill and self-belief. From Reggio Emilia, we are reminded of the power of asking questions and exploring together. If your child asks, "Why do leaves fall?" instead of answering right away, ask them what they think. Then look at the books, collect leaves, or even draw together. This supports critical thinking and creativity. We also encourage you to share your child's interests with us, whether they are fascinated by dinosaurs, baking, building blocks, or playing with Legos. Letting us know helps us extend the curiosity into meaningful learning experiences at school. For example, if your child is really into insects, we can set up magnifying glasses and bug books in the classroom, or start a mini project on life cycle. When learning connects across home and school, it becomes richer and more relevant. So, together, we can create a supportive circle where children feel seen, valued, and inspired to learn. So, I would like you to note of these few questions and think about it for your child. Which learning environment do you feel fits your child best, structured or exploratory? How would you like to be more involved in your child's learning journey? I hope this presentation was helpful and you as a parent will make it into practice. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to stay and chat. We also have handouts available and some resources if you'd like to learn more about these two approaches. Your partnership in your child's learning is deeply valued.